We watch as they step over a debris field of personal belongings, clothes, and trash, reminders of the thousands who crossed illegally before them, most hoping for asylum in the U.S. In this very spot last month, we introduced you to Yoribel Gutierrez, her husband Franklin, and their 5-year-old son. Like so many migrants chasing their American dream, they waited for the right time to step across.
¿Tiene miedo? Are you scared?
Un poco. Siempre está la duda porque no sabemos qué es lo que pueda pasar, pero...
Said he's a little scared. It's always hard because you don't know what's going to happen.
That was their second attempt to enter the U.S. They're now in Indianapolis, near Yoribel's brother, and staying with a friend.
O sea, está el temor todavía de que...
There's still the fear that they can expel us, Franklin says. We don't want to do anything bad that'll call attention. When they entered the U.S., they say border agents brought them in, no questions asked, a sign, they say, of the seemingly overwhelmed land crossing. They only told us what we needed to do. Go here, go there, she says. After 7 days in immigration detention in El Paso, Yoribel says they were granted conditional release. Now, they wait for a January court hearing to determine their status and future in the U.S. Rafael Rojas shared with us his treacherous and deadly journey from Venezuela to Mexico, witnessing tragedy throughout. When we met him last month, he held tight to his shoes and followed the same stone path Yoribel took just hours earlier. But unlike Yoribel and her family, Rafael says he was handcuffed and immediately deported more than 700 miles from Ciudad Juarez. In his last message to us, he said he vows to keep trying until he makes it to the U.S. Then there's the Mota family.
Colombia. Panama.
4 weeks ago, 9-year-old Ruby told me all the countries she'd traveled through just to get to Mexico. Their dream destination sketched out. We caught up with them, still in Mexico, now renting a small home. No kitchen, no heating. Ruby still without a school, but determined.
Porque quiero aprender inglés.
She wants to learn English. They no longer live at the encampment because those tents no longer exist. In this messy clash with Mexican police late last month, the migrants living here were forced to leave. Tents and blankets burned as the space was cleared out. Ciudad Juarez Mayor Cruz Perez Cuellar tells me the migrants were offered city shelters.
It was dangerous for them to be there, and we have a place to offer them.
He warns many migrants have become vulnerable targets of organized crime, a reason Francisco, a dad to young kids, desperately wants out. The family's tried to cross twice before.
Can you stay here in Mexico to live and work?
I really don't like the idea of staying here, he tells me.
¿Y por qué?
He fears the dangers of child trafficking, cartels, and more. Ciudad Juarez, once known as the murder capital of the world, still dangerous. Despite the uncertainties, at night, hundreds line the U.S. side of the Rio Grande, lighting fires to keep warm in the freezing cold, hoping they'll be granted asylum, a seemingly endless stream of migrants of different backgrounds, but with the same goal. The Mota family also getting ready to cross, making the difficult decision to leave behind their dog Linda, who's been with them since the start, staying with a caretaker in Mexico. A tearful goodbye, but Francisco believes his family's future, a safer one, is on the other side.